Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Patrick and I have an honor to be the chairman of this debate. Our thesis is it okay to perceive Mickiewicz's art through the prism of his hidden life? Let me introduce the proposition team. Katrina, Aiste, Maria, Cyril. And the opposition team are Natalia, Jarek, Romas, Marta. The teams are going to present their arguments, the pros and cons. Then the audience is going to vote which team is the winner. The audience, of course, may ask the questions. If you please, let me know by raising your hands. Now I would like to ask the first speaker of the proposition team.
Hello, I am Katrina and I am the first representative of the proposing team. And this is a case that has asked us a question. Is it okay to perceive Mickiewicz's art, his works, through the prism of his hidden life? The opposing team disagrees with this thesis, but our team believes that it is indeed okay to view Mickiewicz's works through the prism made of his life's concealed side. There are quite a few arguments embracing him not being an ordinary man and the importance of that. The opposing team has mentioned that digging into someone's dirt isn't quite dignified, but experiencing literature, by that I mean not only reading the literature, but also getting to know the artist behind it, is not about being elegant. To read is to put heart and invest your time into an activity that builds your sensitivity, openness of mind, knowledge about the world. Getting to know about the creator's life can inspire other people to make and create significant things, especially when Mickiewicz's past, as we assume, had a huge impact on his works and his inspiration to write them. So we can only wonder, what kind of works would we see if Adam Mickiewicz didn't write them influenced by his emotions and experiences? Thank you.
Hello. Thank you for the statement. Now I would like to invite the first speaker of opposition team to make a speech.
Hello, my name is Natalia and I'm the first speaker of the opposition team. In the name of my team, I would like to say that we shouldn't judge Mickiewicz exclusively by his hidden lifestyle, and I don't agree with the proposition thesis. The first question we need to ask ourselves if we should view and mix his unethical lifestyle with the amazing work he has accomplished throughout his lifetime. Everyone knows his dark side, which people had started debating for a long time. There are many opinions, but we shouldn't focus on the process of creation of his work, but the accomplished product. We don't need to dig in the private aspects of his life and appreciate many masterpieces he has created. Thank you.
Thank you for your opinion. Now I would like to invite the second speaker of the proposition team to make a statement.
Hi, I'm Aiste and I'm representing a proposition team. We think the talent isn't an excuse nor even explanation for some kind of behavior. It's the classic dilemma there are more artists who had dark moments in their life. For example, Picasso or Polanski, that had twisted perspectives about the world. As Katrina mentioned, Mickiewicz wasn't an ordinary man, but it's even worse. Some of readers may make an unrealistic demands about his behavior, about his lifestyle. He was acclaimed national bard and for the long time there was a censorship on his biography by his son Władysław. Władysław idealized and faked information about his father lifestyle. He would burn Mickiewicz, his wife's and other women's diaries, notes, documents and etc. Forcing the truth is always worse than facing it. When those readers know the truth, they may negate as well the biography and work of the author, and that would be a real waste of their worldview. In our opinion, hiding the truth is the case may cause more damage than benefits. Thank you.
Thank you for your voice. Now I would like to invite the second person of the opposition team to make a statement.
Hello, I am Jarek and I am representing opposition team. Everyone has their own dark sides, but not everyone people in the world has such a big talent like as Mickiewicz. If he was just an average human, no one would care about what he is doing in his life and what he likes to drink or smoke. But he is famous and everyone wants to know his dirty things. And details about his life blew up years after his actual death. The things he created were loved by the public when they didn't know the truth. That's why we believed his private life doesn't matter for his work reception. And I think that it doesn't matter what they are doing in our life, because our life became in the truth after his death, and we have to never mind what he done before his death. Thank you.
Thank you for the statement. Now I would like to invite the third person of the proposition team to make the speech.
Hi, I'm Marysia, and I don't agree that it's about cancelling. I think you can't cancel a national bard because his position is just too strong in Polish literature. What you can do though is have an honest discussion about his life, in influencing his art, which we don't really have at schools. We know for a fact that his life and his experience did influence his work. For example, the trauma of the Great Emigration led him to write the national epic, Pan Tadeusz, Pana Stada z Więzieniem. Without emigration, there wouldn't be Pana Stadas. So should we skip this part of his lifestyle too? Besides, he was a part of a cult, the Wieszcza, and this cult, yes, was deeply pathological. But it kind of went with his creativity, with his love for mystics and magical things, and it helped build his creativity so that we now have, for example, Dziady part 2. So I think it's unfair to skip some things about his past, because then it's harder for us to understand what he really wanted to say. Thank you.
No.
Thank you for your view. Now I would like to hear the third person of the opposition team to make the statement.
Hi, I'm Romas, and I am representing the opposition team. So from my point of view, I see that there are many other people who create art and poetry and who are as or even more talented than Mickiewicz. And there are also artists who never publish their work during their lifetime, so they can comfortably live with their life without the fear of the work being discredited or judged by their personal matters. Cancel culture is a common insurance popularized in the 21st century. Nowadays, it's very easy to cancel or cross someone off with the power of internet. For example, by making a hashtag or making a catchy headline. If some celebrity, let's say a musician, does an unreasonable thing internationally that blows up really hard, it doesn't change the value of their work, and the fans won't stop listening to their music. Thank you.
Thank you for your speech. Now I would like to invite the last speaker of the proposition team to make the final statement.
Dzień dobry, jestem Cyryl i jestem ostatnim mówcą w swojej drużynie.
Hi, I'm Cyril and I'm the last speaker in my team.
Chciałbym podsumować to, co moja drużyna oraz drużyna przeciwna mówiła.
I would like to sum up what my team and my opponent said.
Na samym początku chciałbym, abyśmy sobie zadali pytanie i na nie odpowiedzieli, czy można patrzeć na twórczość Mickiewicza przez pryzmat jego życia.
In the beginning, I'd like to ask and reply to the question if we can perceive Mickiewicz art through the prism of his life.
I oczywiście można patrzeć na dzieła Mickiewicza przez pryzmat tego, co on przeżywał.
And of course, we can look at Mickiewicz art through the prism of what he experienced. Of course.
Dlatego, że Mickiewicz był artystą, a artyści właśnie mają tendencję do przekazywania w swoich pracach tego, co czuli, co przeżywali.
Because Mickiewicz was an artist, and artists tend to influence their art, but what they felt and experienced.
Na przykład Mickiewicz często zdradzał kobiety, z którymi był, kochanki, żonę.
For example, Mickiewicz often cheated on a woman he was with, for example, his lovers or his wife.
I dlatego, między innymi dlatego, w jego książkach pojawiają się motywy zdrady, jak na przykład Świtezianka, Lilie.
And that's why in his books there are some topics of betrayal, like for example in Świtezianka or Lilie.
Mickiewicz był też mocno zaangażowany w towianizm.
He was also an important part of cult Towianism.
To była sekta, która mocno się obracała wokół mistycyzmu.
It was a cult that was interested in mysticism.
I Mickiewicz właśnie pod wpływem tego napisał Dziady.
And influenced by that, Mickiewicz created Dziady.
Między innymi.
One of many.
Ponadto Mickiewicz pisał w epoce romantyzmu.
Furthermore, Mickiewicz created in Romantism.
Romantyzm jest specyficzną epoką pod tym względem, że jest mocno subiektywna względem artysty.
romanticism's characteristics is that it's very subjective.
Artyści się mocno skupiali na sobie, na swojej sferze emocjonalnej, duchowej.
Artists focused strongly on themselves and their emotional side.
Dlatego Mickiewicz właśnie umieszczał różne rzeczy, które on przeżywał, które czuł w swoich dziełach.
That's why Mickiewicz put what he experienced and what he felt in his artwork.
Więc na samym końcu możemy sobie zadać to samo pytanie, co na początku. Jakie dzieła Mickiewicza byśmy widzieli, gdyby on tego nie przeżywał, tego wszystkiego nie robił?
So in the end we can ask the same question we did in the beginning. What artwork will we see if Mickiewicz hadn't based it on his experience?
I z tym pytaniem Was zostawiam, ale na Wasze pytania też chętnie odpowiem.
And I leave you with that question, though I will happily reply yours.
Dziękuję.
Brawo!
Thank you for your opinion. Now I would like to invite the last speaker of the opposition team to make the last statement.
Hello, I'm Marta and I'm the last speaker of the opposition team. And I'm sure all of you have your dark sides and secrets. You wouldn't like for others to know about them because it's your private life, obviously. And surely you wouldn't like to become judged by them, by unpleasing and private parts of your life, instead of your actual good actions. And that's exactly what happened to Mickiewicz. His work got roasted and discredited just because of his leaked, not exactly ethical lifestyle. My point is, we shouldn't care about how the work was done, but about the final product, which came out of his hard work. We should judge his personality and character and are created separately. He might have been not the kindest human being, but not many people have such a talent as his. As my teammates mentioned before, his art was well appreciated and loved while his prime time when he published it before his death. And perspective changed only years after his death, after the truth got leaked. And that only proves that people liked it before all of that. It proves that his books and poems were actually excellent, and public should not question his work, life work basically, only by gossip spread by social mainstream media, which is made mainly for attention and income, which the tactics they use are, for example, making catchy headlines with controversies and creating offensive hashtags, as my team mentioned before. The content inside of those mainstream media's articles is unnecessarily accelerated. It makes it it's not exactly the truth mentioned, and it's definitely easier to cancel someone with that kind of information. Also, Mickiewicz didn't publish his life as he did with his art, and he didn't want it to have to be judged with his art, as I said before, not separately. And something like that doesn't discredit his lifetime of work, and it has a huge impact on the Polish literature and education. So that doesn't mean we should stop reading his poems and books and stop appreciating them. So that's my point. Thank you.
Thank you for your speech. Does the audience have any additional questions?
I want to ask a question for the opposite team. There are many examples when authors, singers create masterpieces after big events in their or their relative personal life. If you like what you read, it's really interesting and important to know what events inspired a writer. Don't you think if you call yourself a fan of created works of Mickiewicz, you must take deep look to the reasons?
Okay, so first of all, there are some people that define themselves as fans of Mickiewicz, but it's mostly of his work, and they don't really get into that whole backstory and his, as we called it, not really ethical lifestyle. So this is just one kind of a fan who appreciates the books and poems only. The other ones who know the backstory and decide that it's not a problem for them, and they know what he's done and what kind of lifestyle he had, and just decide that it's okay and it doesn't interrupt with them appreciating his work, all he's done. So that's my answer to your question.
I want to thank both of teams for the interesting debate. Now it's the time to audience to vote. Please choose a side.
I'm alone? Why? Why?
So our winner is opposition team. They successfully convinced the audience that it is not okay to perceive Mickiewicz art through the prism of his hidden life. Our winner is opposition team. They successfully convinced that it is not okay to perceive Mickiewicz art through his hidden life. Thank you for all of your hard work, knowledge and commitment.
Fight and okay? So start! Nie! Tak,
I'm the last speaker of the opposition team. I'm sure all the people gather here. I'm sure all the people gather here.
Ale będzie do making offów, no dobra. Będzie do making offów, no dobra. Tak.
Nie potrzebujemy dubla kolejnego, prawda?
Nie, teraz było super.
Prawda?